asked my viewers to send in their YouTube videos for me to review and react to. But as I started to watch each one, something terrible dawned on me. So many creators are struggling to nail the most important parts of making an engaging video. And if you're doing any of these mistakes, you're going to damage your audience retention and end up getting less views. So I took to Final Cut Pro and made it my mission to fix some of the biggest problems I saw. And to make this even more valuable, I also spoke to other editors in the industry to find out what tips they had to give. Starting off with this channel, BamBananaMan and his video about the brand new light from Aputure, the Amaran 60X. I chose this one because I felt like he had a great eye for visuals, but the editing was lacking a few key ingredients. I mean, just see for yourself.
Ever since I started creating videos, I've been using an LED panel bounced off of a wall to light them. Until now, I just got the new light by Aputure.
Now, this is a great start, but I really think we can improve this in the edit. So to start, I removed all of the pauses and breaks in his dialogue, and you'd be surprised how much dead air like that can really hurt and impact a video. So it's best to cut out all of those silent parts to keep your pacing fast and your audience engaged. Keeping your dialogue consistently moving is such an important thing to do in your videos.
If I'm cutting through someone's dialogue, generally speaking, I don't let them stop talking for more than a third of a second unless there is a shift in subject or topics or a scene change. I would say you really just have to focus on making sure that there is always something interesting happening on screen. And if you're dealing with things like story dialogue or something like that, make sure it's a key story beat.
Now, BamBananaMan has some really good B-roll, but I found that some of it wasn't focused on the right thing. This shot of the panel light, for example, wasn't very clear. So I went in and added an arrow and some sound effects to show the audience what to focus on.
Ever since I started creating videos, I've been using an LED panel bounced off of a wall to light them. Until now, I just got the new light by Aputure.
You need to treat your audience like they are seeing and hearing everything that you're saying for the very first time. Don't assume that your audience is going to instantly know everything that you're talking about. If something isn't clear, make it more obvious, just like I did in that example. He also included a really cool montage, and while it was very well shot, I felt like it upset the flow of the video. So I cut out the montage and instead placed it over the top of his opening, turning it into a voiceover. And I did that for a couple of different reasons. For one, it helps improve the pace of the video and helps get to the meat of the content much faster, but it also makes the content more visually engaging for the person watching.
Ever since I started creating videos, I've been using an LED panel bounced off of a wall to light them. Until now, I just got the new light by Aputure. In this video, we're going to go over the new Amaran Cobb 60X bicolor light by Aputure.
He does this again later on where he explains what's coming up next in the video. And he does all of this by talking to the camera. And while he's got great camera presence, it lingers on that shot for far too long and just takes away from the entire video. So to fix this, I went ahead and cut out moments from later on in the video where he unboxes a light and sets it up and use it over this section to break up his A-roll. It's crazy how much of a big difference it can make. Take a look at this.
To get started, we're going to unbox the light to see what comes in the box. And then from there, we're going to set it up, play with the settings, see what all that looks like. Lastly, we'll check the brightness and set it up for YouTube videos.
It's changed the tone entirely, and it's an important thing to remember when making your video more engaging. Showing your audience what they can expect from your video is huge for boosting that retention and keeping them around for longer. And this is just within the first 30 seconds of the video, and pro editors do this all the time.
Generally speaking, I work with a lot of VODs, Twitch VODs, and sometimes there really isn't a intro, so to speak, that the streamer will provide for me. So it's really on me, the editor, to go in and find a captivating moment from the stream that I can tease that captivates the viewer in that first 15 to 30 seconds that really holds their attention.
There are also some really cool out-of-the-box methods that you can use for your intro, just like what Miscast Joe did with his. He sent me his video, which was a review on the DJI Action 2 camera. I decided to focus on his video because his intro really grabbed me, but there is one thing that I would have done differently. He had gone with a really cool new take on the how it started, how it's going meme, but I spotted an opportunity to make it even more powerful. By masking out each side of the screen, I made the pause side black and white and had the color fade in when he started to talk. Doing this helps to focus the audience's eye on which side to look at, and the interesting image itself generates more intrigue. You want to be looking for more ways to keep your audience around for longer during the start of your video, whether that's through some really nice B-roll or some snappy piece of dialogue.
I figured out something, okay? I think if you hover over a video, right, it plays the first 30 seconds. So with Dan, what I've been doing is the first 30 seconds, I have this like big build up, like intro to the video, showing up clips, having like a bit of like Dan talking and explaining what he's doing very briefly, very short. I have subtitles So the people that are hovering over the video understand what's happening in the video without even watching it.
This new feature on YouTube not only plays the first 30 seconds, but gives you a preview of the entire video. Like, check out this Mr. Beast video, for example. It plays the first few seconds, and with how it's edited, makes you want to watch even more. So now it's even more important to make your intro more engaging in those first few seconds.
Aren't you forgetting something?
God?
Close enough. Come, reach for the light.
No, I'm not ready.
It's not that kind of light, you fool.
Oh. Wait. This is the Keylight Mini.
Yes. It's for the sponsors of today's video. Elgato. The Keylight Mini is portable, edge-lit, bi-colored LED light panel that has built-in rechargeable battery. It uses the same software as the Keylight and the Keylight Air for wireless control with your Mac, PC, iPhone, and Android devices. And the edge-lit LED gives you a soft diffusing light that will not strain your eyes. It also has magnets.
Magnets?
Yes, magnets.
Wow. But, Mr. Godser, how can we get one of these? Surely you're not going to deliver one of these to everybody.
Of course not. But you can click the link in the description to get your own.
Wow. That's great.
Now go forth, my child. I've got a bar mitzvah to attend.
Oh. Okay. Back to the video, I guess. Now, the biggest problem with Joe's video was his lack of B-roll. And by lack of B-roll, I mean there wasn't any. I cannot stress enough how important it is to show and don't tell when making videos. Shoot more B-roll than you need, especially for reviews where you're talking about a particular product or an item. And if that's difficult, there are websites like Pexels that offer royalty-free videos that you can use inside of your projects. And just by downloading a couple of clips, I was able to add way more engaging visuals to Joe's video. And not only that, but you can get really creative with how you show your audience what you're talking about. For example, he presses record on the camera that he's holding and then points to the camera that he's filming with. For this section, I would have added a really cool split screen effect to show off Joe and the point of view of the camera that he's holding. It's a simple trick, but it makes the video way more interesting to watch. Another way to do this is to split each point into different locations or camera setups. By doing this, you'll add more variety to the overall video and you'll keep your audience engaged for longer.
Cutting to different shots, making sure things are visually appealing. First 5 minutes of the video, like you should be like nailing down, especially at the first like 30 seconds, just grabbing your attention from the get-go.
Then I moved on to Palps Bricks and his video, which was about building a shield helicarrier in Lego. Now, this channel has a huge amount of potential, but there were some red flags that just made this video less fun to watch. He starts off by talking about his poor lighting in the video, and then in the next shot, I can't see anything wrong with it.
I forgot to turn on my shelf lights, and the lights that I did have on were way too bright in this intro and outro clip.
Then he goes ahead and does something with the microphone.
This isn't the mic I'm speaking into. That one is. Well, I don't need this one anymore.
And then he goes on to talk about why he's not been making videos for a while.
Sorry I haven't posted an update recently. I haven't had the time or energy to work on one due to all of the swimming I've been doing.
Now, I appreciate the personal touches, but this intro goes on for a full minute before I even see a single piece of Lego. And as a new viewer, I don't really need to know why you've not been making videos. If anything, it puts me off watching them. So I went through the edit, cutting out anything that I thought didn't relate to the final video, trimming up and removing repeated or unnecessary sections. And on the subject of continuing to show and don't tell your audience, I cut out a small time-lapse of the Lego build from later on in the video and included it in the intro. I also used clips from his previous videos to add extra context to the content that he was talking about. And now if we play it back...
What's up guys, my name is Owen, or Palpatine Bricks, and welcome to another episode of Building the Shield Helicarrier in Lego. This is a series where I build a hangar from a Shield Helicarrier in Lego. My designs are almost entirely based off a stage from the mobile video game Contest of Champions. Last time I worked on a dented crate on the left edge of the border. This is based on the animation that plays when you KO a character up against the wall of the arena and the crate kind of dents in, so I decided to recreate that in Lego. Anyway, in this episode I get started on the slanted pillars that I was talking about last time, so let's get right into it.
What a difference it's made, and this time by 6 seconds we see a piece of Lego. This then left me with an opening that played off of Palp Bricks' great screen presence, and that made sure that the audience got what they came for and it was good enough for them to stick around.
I would say when I'm just perusing YouTube in my free time and I'm just enjoying content from people that I've never seen before whatsoever, I will click off a video if someone is taking taking more than 30 seconds to get to the point of why I clicked on the video. You know, just tease it. That's enough for me, because that means that they will eventually get to it in the video. When I'm just, you know, snap, 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 moving through videos because I've only got an hour of spare time, those 30 seconds count. So absolutely make sure that you are perfectly clear in that beginning of the video to get to the point.
A lot of these mistakes are easy to fix, and a good majority of them can be fixed when you're editing. So if you're looking to brush up on your editing techniques, I highly recommend checking out this video next. And a big shout out to Keo and Davis for jumping on and sharing their thoughts in this video. Links to their channels are down below. And until next time, take care.